Okay, we are going. It's time for the nail sesh. This is episode 3. This is what we're starting with. And we wish we had the camera going earlier because Lacey asked me, she said, a lot has, what did you say?
I said it seems like it's been a long 3 weeks.
Yes, it has been. A lot has happened in the last 3 weeks.
But it was her facial expression.
Yes.
It was the facial expression.
And yeah, since the last time we were here, I've had my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to enjoy myself for a couple days because I had a birthday event on the 2nd of November. My actual birthday was November 4th, and then the presidential elections were November 5th. Birthday party officially over.
Mm-hmm. Officially.
I did not get the present I was hoping for, which was basically to not have Trump as the president. So here we are. Here we very much are. And Lacey asked me what we're doing for my nails today. I don't know. It's not. It wasn't the. I until today came. Hadn't been thinking nail designs. I'd been more like going through several weeks of. Although we did get a bit of good news today in that Gates stepped down from his attorney general nomination. Of course, I don't know what buffoon's going to step up to it now, but at least it's not him.
I actually haven't turned the news on today. I haven't turned the TV on at all.
I have not, and it's my eldest kid wrote me about it. Ooh, what is this?
Blue jelly color.
I've never done jellies.
Not bad.
What do we have out here today? Is this the last person?
No, I just pulled some colors. It's all cat eye.
Yeah,
I just pulled some.
I think these are pretty for cat eye. Ooh, here's another pretty one too. Ooh.
I know you like that color.
Ooh. That might be a good Thanksgiving color.
Mm-hmm. It looks nice. It looks nice, shiny, and matte also.
Can you do cat eye matte?
Yeah, you can do anything matte.
I don't think I've ever done.
That's
cat
a regular
eye matte.
polish, but it's a like a satin finish.
Oh, okay. Maybe we save this for the like holidays.
All right, December.
But you know what? We gotta mark it, so we're gonna like put it over here.
Okay.
And then that way, then 3 weeks. I can't remember this shit in 3 weeks' time.
Because there's always some wonderful, brand new, other pretty color that comes after.
So this is episode 3, and I'm just going to tell you guys I've had a very frustrating time with editing because I'm not an editor, but I also discovered this. So Lacey, this is what we'll talk about to begin with, is that it's taken me weeks to get the first episode up because of what I feel like are my limitations with editing. And the honest truth, when I listen to a lot of the YouTube gurus, are like, no one's listening to the first few episodes or really watching those anyway. It's kind of where you're cutting your teeth. And I'm like, I just need to get it up. It's not going to be perfect, but just doing it, then so I did the first episode. And then I was like, I should really have words at the beginning that say the nail sesh episode 1, whatever, at the beginning of the video. And so with the second one, I tried to edit it, and I put the text on it. But because of my lack of editing skills, and I don't know what's going on with my phone, I'm having some editing glitches. So basically, this is a long story to say, what you're going to get in these sessions for now, just so that we can record and get quantity, is the quality is going to take a hit at the beginning, because otherwise I'm not going to get anything up. And so the lesson here is, don't wait for things to be perfect to just start doing it and learn along the way. And so these first few episodes are just going to be raw. Like the edits are choppy. There's going to be dead silences. There's going to be places where I could edit something out, but for whatever reason right now it's not working. So today with episode 2, I was trying to just edit the few seconds of me turning the camera on to sitting in the chair. And now, when I edit that little part out, the phone glitches. It won't let me play the video. It does not, for whatever reason, like that edit. So it won't load into the app that I need to edit to blend all the pieces together. Anyway, if you're getting to a point in the episode that is boring for you, just fast forward it along. Listen to it in twice speed. I don't know. But this is the only way we're going to start getting the stuff. And I want us, what we're doing, to feel natural and not staged as well. So this is just going to be the raw deal. We're raw dogging it.
I mean, that's fine.
No lube. It's just raw dogging it.
It's perfectly fine. It might be more interesting.
Maybe. I don't like are the pauses and the gaps, like, especially when you only have a few seconds to catch someone's interest. So I think in our promo, we got to catch interest or whatever. I don't know. I don't have a solution to it yet, but I just know that we got to get this stuff just up and rolling. And then as time goes on, it'll get easier. It'll get better. I don't have a good editing app on my computer. I wish that I did. I don't know how to edit from there. So the only place I can edit from currently is my phone. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I don't know why.
What do you use, CapCut or something, or what?
Well, no, I'm just using the photo, like when you go into Apple, I mean that, the camera, and you do a recording, you can edit it and you can just cut off the beginning and the end, is what I'm trying to do. And most of the time that works, but once in a while with the video, it just doesn't respond to that. And so I can edit it like that, but then when I go to play it, it's just hung up. It won't play. Once I revert it back to the pre-cut, it will play. And so I don't know. I have to Google that glitch. But it didn't happen with the first set of videos I did today, so I don't know why it's happening with the second set of videos for the second episode.
Understandable.
Doesn't make sense. So, and I would love to see us get to the point where we just take all of our raw material, we hand it to someone else, and they artistically do what they're gifted at, which is editing. This is not my zone of genius. I'm more the creative person. Come up with the ideas. I execute the plan, but I don't want to do the editing.
Okay. So
we got to get enough of an audience, subscribers or something. I got to figure that piece out too. How to have people subscribe.
Or else we'll just be bugging the hell out of people.
Right? Well, if they subscribe, I don't know how we get money doing it. We have to monetize it. When we get it monetized enough, we can pay for editing.
Basically.
But today, she asked if I wanted my nails shorter. And they're pretty long, but I was like, you know what? I don't know. For the holidays, I like them when they're a little longer. And we're going to be coming up on Thanksgiving. And then,
now that's crazy.
I know.
It feels like it should be like today or something.
It's weird. And then, so how many appointments do we have? We have 2 appointments. We'll have Thanksgiving. I can't use my phone because let me just check to make sure I hit record too. Just have to double check.
Oh, God.
I did.
Okay.
I did. I'm having a bad brain day where I just don't remember things. So I wanted to make sure I pressed record. So anyway, yeah, this is unfiltered and raw, by the way, just the whole thing. That's why I did my hair today. But hair and makeup. What were we talking about? I can't use my calendar because
I think we have a couple more.
But I think we have a couple more. So I figure I'd keep it long and then trim it down with the next one and then keep it long the one after that.
Okay. Next time I see you, it'll be December.
I know. Well, I really feel like this year did not glean the results I wanted. So I'm having to do this whole, and even when I went, with my birthday, it was like, okay, that year between 53 and 54 felt like a struggle. I was on the struggle bus a lot. And then really sort of evaluating what do I want my story to be from 54 to 55. And trying to think about what I wanted that story to be.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to compete? Am I not going to compete? You know, what do I want to make this year about? And I really think I want to make it about getting really adept at this content creation.
Okay.
Maybe not editing per se, but just really
Creating or something.
being more consistent in my content creation. I think I didn't show up as much online. And if you're running an online business, just the facts of the matter are you got to be freaking online all the time. So just doing things like we're doing here, just everything is content, and try to get better at it. I was having a conversation with a client about her weight loss journey. And actually, it's not weight loss. She's changing her shape. So she's body recomping. She's already lost a lot of the weight. She's trying to build muscle. And that just takes a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's her and then another client of mine, same stage. She's in the building stage. It's very hard to see immediate results when you're building. It's not as fast as fat loss. And so I've been having a lot of discussions with people on your ability to be successful is directly linked with your ability to work in the dark, meaning to work without seeing the results. Can you keep swinging the bat even though you don't appear to be hitting the ball? Well, you know, if you don't swing the bat at all, you're definitely not going to hit the ball. So you have to keep swinging. But you can't keep swinging. If you continually miss the ball, it means you got to change something in your swing. But you're only going to know that if you keep swinging and you try to refine. Like if you were working with a coach, they'd be like, okay, well, you need to have one foot a little bit more forward. You need to twist your body a little bit more. You need more follow through on the whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're only going to know how to make those changes if you're doing the action. So I think I want to make this year more about taking consistent action, consistent imperfect action, and then, you know, refining it as I go. Because I want to follow my own coaching, right? So I'm listening to myself tell 2 of my clients for the last 2 weeks this mantra, right? You know,
Yeah.
and I'm like, maybe you also should listen to this mantra and just apply it to, because I'm really good at showing up to my health and fitness, right? Lifestyle. It's harder to show up to that online thing and being present and being seen. I don't know.
It's actually very hard. I have a very difficult time doing that.
It takes a lot of energy.
It's weird too. I mean, you know, after a while you kind of feel like you're just like talking to yourself or something.
Yep. Well, and Eric came home yesterday and I was like, I cannot stand the person I'm working with right now. And he's like, well, one of your clients? I said, no, the person I work with every day. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, me. I'm sick of myself because I definitely need to be fired. I can't remember to do certain shit. Like I had to record some video like 4 times because I either didn't remember to put the light on, or I didn't remember to put my microphone on, or I didn't remember to turn it on once I put the microphone on. Like I wanted to strangle myself. Like, what the hell? And I don't have anyone there to remind me, you know? Mm-hmm. I don't have anyone there to be like, did you turn the microphone on? Do you have your microphone on? You know, I don't have a camera crew following me around, making sure that all of those little details are set up.
Yep, I know.
It's all up to me. And I can't believe how many times I've recorded something and gone, I don't have the mic on. Like, by the end of that day, I was ready to fire myself.
That's why you said that today first.
Exactly. But then it's making sure everything's charged. I go to record something and I'm like, well, I can't record it right now because I forgot to charge the light.
How life.
But part of it is that I'm not doing it consistently enough if I'm still making those mistakes. Mm-hmm. So I think, you know, November, I've really made a point of going live every day or making a recording every day. And so I am remembering more and more to make sure the mic is on because I'm doing it so repetitively. And it's hard to repeat something that you're not consistent at.
Very true.
So.
Very true.
And some things, if I'm recording a TikTok and I forget the mic, no big deal. But if I'm recording stuff that's going on, like, for example, the challenge page.
Yeah. Has there been a lot of that?
Yes. With all the protein video that you'll find on the challenge page.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that's the day right before that recording is when I wanted to jump off a cliff.
Well, I'm really happy you didn't. Thank you.
So the protein video's up. How are you doing inside of that challenge, by the way? You're like the only person that attended one of the lives.
How many people checked in? Me and the other girl still? Or has
yeah, well, so there's a couple people in it, but they're also private clients, so they're not as actively engaged inside of the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
But the other woman's not, I think she's just behind, you know? But the raw material is going up, regardless of how many people are doing it. I'm building out that habit builder that you'll get to have and keep. So the protein video went up, and then today I'm working on the mindset videos and the form videos.
Mm-hmm.
The other part is for some of the form videos, I think I need to find someone who's available. I need someone who can film me doing it so that you can see multiple angles.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm trying to work that out, but we don't get to the strength training piece for another couple weeks. So it gives me time. We don't really need those movement patterns until then. Because right now you're just working on, how's your water and walking going?
Water and exercise is going well.
Good. And this week's protein.
Mm-hmm. Made any other good recipes? How was that thing?
Oh, yes. So the protein party went really well, but I am really impressed with myself. I just made a sugar-free protein pumpkin pie that tastes like pumpkin pie.
Oh, so it's a real pie.
Yes. Well, it doesn't have a crust. I'm going to play around with the crust, but this is a crustless one.
Okay.
And it's like under 120 calories per slice and all around 13 to 15 grams of protein. And it tastes like freaking pumpkin pie.
You love that part.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want stuff to taste like shitty versions of things, right? So at the protein party, people were like, we can't even tell that you've got added protein in all of these things. Everything
What all did
tasted
you make
so
for
good.
them?
So we made a ranch dip.
Okay.
We made protein pumpkin scones.
I've had that, right?
Yes, you tried
Yeah.
those. And I remember the cream cheese filling.
Good. Good.
And we made...
As you guys don't know, that was a serious thing. She tried to skip out on that. And I was like, no, I need to have the whole experience.
You need to do the whole experience. Then I made a pumpkin pie pudding, which is really good. Protein pudding. And a protein jello. A strawberry one.
I have a strawberry, okay.
And then... But the strawberry one you had was strawberry jello with vanilla protein drink. This one was strawberry with strawberry.
Probably way better, huh?
It was good. And actually, one of the women there doesn't even like jello, and she likes that protein jello.
Did you make pudding too?
Yeah, I made the pumpkin pie pudding.
Okay.
And then we made the protein pizza crust that I have not released yet because it's such a top secret recipe that I can't wait. That's going to be like my marketing ploy for my meal prep membership. Not membership, my meal prep magic guide.
Okay.
So there's that. And they loved the pizza. They loved everything that we had.
That's good.
We even had egg whites in the cocktails.
We even drinking protein. Okay.
My good friend brought over stuff to make White Russians.
Yeah.
And then she added some egg. Well, we had egg whites, and then she had this. She did some pumpkin spice version, so we called the drink the Basic Bitch.
Shut up. Okay. Okay, you guys is wilding out.
Oh, and the eggnog substitute. Remember what I had you try, the thing that tasted like eggnog?
Yeah.
They had that. They all loved that. We decided we just needed to add a little bit of nutmeg to it.
Okay.
So all those recipes are coming along. I want to do a pumpkin baked oats for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at, I want to do some different savory pastries with my pizza crust recipe using some different flavors.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be pretty amazing when that comes out, because people aren't going to believe, they aren't going to believe it. It's going to be minds blown. And that's what I might use for the pumpkin pie crust.
Okay.
So we'll see. But yeah, my brain's coming up with all sorts of concoctions. I'm just trying to get it organized into that guide.
I mean, but at least you're going forward. Doesn't that matter?
Yeah, just
At
I
least
also
you're
need it
doing
to be financially stable. You know, I need it to be earning me money, or else it's just a really expensive hobby.
Yeah, I know.
But the pros are, I could say in the last year, I've gotten a lot more comfortable being on camera. So it's not like it was a complete loss, 53 to 54. I did a lot of content creation and I learned a lot. Now I just need to like really hone it down this next year. So that's what I'm doing. And I think also I've recognized my own limiting beliefs. I don't know if you go through this as an entrepreneur, but
All the time.
I go through like, I don't want to annoy people. I don't want to bug people with my services. And one of the clients that I have, she was
That was
like,
the whole posting thing for me, you know?
yeah.
Like, I don't want to be one of those pages that they just post too much and now you're losing. You know?
But the thing is that I learned about that is that if you're losing people, they weren't your ideal audience anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who want your services and want to pay you, they want those posts.
Mm-hmm.
So, and one of my clients said to me, she's like, I find you to be one of the least annoying people that I watch post stuff, because she also knows that I'm real about what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that was encouraging to hear. So it's just, sometimes you got to do stuff, like I said, in the dark, even though it doesn't look like it's, giving you results. And then, I try to learn how to do things better and better and better. And it's this, when we are posting too and marketing, it's this balance between quality and quantity, right? You got to be out there enough, but quality needs to be to a certain place. But if you're so worried about quality that you're not getting quantity, that's a problem. And if you're pumping out too much quantity that's not enough quality, that is also a problem. So it's kind of just finding that balance as you go.
Yeah. So, were you affected by the storm?
What's interesting is we lost power a couple days before the storm for 7 hours, which is the most we've ever lost power where we are.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because some lines were down. I don't know why they were down. And then the storm came and our electricity flickered, but it never went out.
Mm-hmm.
And the yard's kind of a mess with leaves, but other than that, no.
Wonderful.
Doesn't look like it's too bad around these parts.
Girl, my power was out at 11 p.m. on Tuesday.
Oh, the power was out?
Yep, and it didn't turn back on until 5:45 yesterday.
So how many hours?
About like 18, something like that.
Wow. That's a lot of hours. Did your food go bad?
I didn't open the refrigerator.
That's my biggest fear when the power goes out, is my freaking freezer full of protein going bad.
I'm really happy I gave my turkey to somebody else to hold it at their house.
Wow.
Because that would have been really big. Yeah, so that was wonderful. So I didn't work yesterday at all. What a wonderful opportunity. I was just driving around.
Wow.
I went to a restaurant. I picked up my mom. So many things were closed, because so many things didn't have power.
It's so funny because I was because at least when the storm's coming, you can kind of plan that you might not have power, right? So I got certain things done and certain things cooked before the storm was supposed to come. But a few days before that, we lost power. It wasn't planned at all, and we were like by candlelight, and all the things.
Very romantic.
Very romantic. Not prepared for it at all because it was unexpected. It wasn't due to a storm, and I just was like, "When's it coming back on?" Because I'm really worried about the food I've got in the fridge and the freezer.
Yeah, so that was my experience with that. What else? It's about to be the holiday. What a joyful time.
Are you prepared for the holiday?
Oh no.
Are you cooking?
I'm cooking some things. I'm splitting it with somebody, so I'm not cooking everything. But it's the holiday. I don't know. Holiday's fine, but when you're in the service business, it's very crazy.
Well, I'm sure you get people who are very anxious about wanting to get things done right before the holidays, and they didn't make a plan ahead of time.
Yeah, or they're doing too much, and now they broke a nail, and now they're going to try to figure out where I can put you at.
Right. I haven't broken a nail in so long.
Thank God. Please don't talk about it.
I broke so many in a row for so long.
Yeah. So it's that, and I'm taking off day after and Saturday.
Nice.
Of course, Thanksgiving. What else? I fry a turkey every year, but this hands in the light. So we have deep fried turkey.
Oh.
What else? I'm making sweet potato cobbler. This actually has less sugar in it than regular cobbler.
Nice.
What else? I'm making the gravy. I'm gonna buy the ham for it. And I'm gonna make the greens. So I'm doing majority of the savory.
Nice. Joe is doing a pumpkin pie, which is usually my territory, but I'm passing that down the line.
Are you scared?
Nope. And I'm making the shepherd's pie.
Okay.
So the whole night, what we're doing for Thanksgiving this year is it's pie themed. So we're not doing a turkey. So it's chicken pot pie, shepherd's pie. So you got your savory pies, and then we're going to be having the sweet pies. So it'll be an apple pie, a pumpkin pie. I don't know if there's going to be a cherry pie. And then I'm going to make my protein pumpkin pie and make them try it. See if they can tell the difference.
It'll be really good if you have the crust by then, huh?
Yes. So I got to work on that this week.
What else?
Well, we had the elections.
I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible.
We don't want to admit this is the reality.
I really don't, because November has just been so hectic with that conversation.
Oh.
I mean, especially I work the day after and I work the day of, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking like, excuse me, it was kind of crazy. So I'm looking like, and then, it's really interesting. I do a couple of people's nails. I know one of them voted for that person.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have people that are clients who, well, they're not direct one-to-one, but people who are on that side. And it really was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, so there's that. Let's see what else has happened. Oh, yeah, since I saw you went to South Carolina.
Oh, that's right.
A few days after the election, so that was really interesting.
I was going to say, how was that?
They have his stores there, so that was very interesting. And people are very out with their opinion also, so that was also very interesting since I'm coming from here.
Yeah.
And
it's a red state, yeah?
Yeah. Whole side, I think.
Why did you travel to a red state after the elections?
I was going to a wedding.
Oh, that's right. You had a wedding to go to.
That I had to go to and be in. What a joy. Oh, so fun. Loved it so much. It was a great experience. You know what I'm saying? I've never been in anybody's wedding, so this is my first opportunity of that. I would like for it to be my last.
I would like for it to be my last.
Never
Glad I got to experience
that
it
again. I said the same thing when I got married. I was cool because it's a lot. It's a lot. It's very dramatic. People are overly stressed. I don't have time for that. Okay. But that was a cool experience. Myrtle Beach is beautiful. We were on the 27th floor in the Hilton. It was a nice experience. When I first got there, it was raining. What a joy. Smallest airport ever in Charleston. It was very interesting. It was an interracial marriage too.
Well, did you hear what happened in Tennessee?
What happened in Tennessee?
They just passed a bill to ban gay marriage and interracial marriage.
Yeah, so that's gonna really be on the chopping block.
Yeah. I don't understand how this is modern day. I don't. You know what, Lacey? That means you and I could never get married in Tennessee.
It might be a few other states in the future, is what it's seeming like to be for real.
For real.
So just to be
I'm like,
truthful with y'all,
care? Why does anyone care? But this is the thing that I think that at least. Okay, I told you guys this is unfiltered and uncut, and this is an opinion. But my opinion is that white conservative women who voted red do not understand that their rights are directly linked to the rights of minorities and gays. Because once they take a look at that, they linked up in the same bill gay marriage and interracial marriage, and pretty soon they're coming for, the rights of white women as well. It's going to be, let's take away the rights of anyone who's not a white male. And so if you're okay as a white woman with minorities losing their rights, you don't understand how intrinsically linked your own are to those. You just don't understand the intersection.
It's just kind of majorly stupid to me because, to be for real, women's rights hasn't even been that long. I don't understand how they would not understand that as you being a woman.
Right.
Is what I don't understand. So it's not like we've been able to really, one, vote that long, two, have any authority. Okay? I don't understand that. Like, that's just so... It's so interesting. But then again, I don't live in a southern state or any of those places that literally kind of brainwash to really think like that, to be for real.
Well, it's an indoctrination for sure.
It is. And it's really interesting. And to be for real, me being in a carpool full of black people traveling across the country, 6 hours away from here on a flight, and then I have to convert 3 hours up. It was really interesting. So I was just like, I don't know.
Right.
What's gonna happen? I don't know how it's gonna be. I don't know what people are gonna say. I don't know. I just don't know. And I don't really want to have to go through that experience. So that was pretty interesting. And have I told you that SeaTac is hell recently? I don't know. SeaTac is hell.
Well,
why do we have the worst airport ever? Just everything. I don't know. Everything about ours is just so horrible. Picking up your luggage is ridiculous.
Well, they're redoing that whole area, aren't they?
It's so stupid because I'm literally looking at, y'all been doing this for a minute now. Like, what y'all doing? What y'all doing? Half the people that work there don't know nothing. Half the people that work there know nothing. Why are you working here? I can't handle it.
It's a bit of a zoo.
Everybody's rude as hell. Don't be mad at me. I'm not the one who told you to come get a job at TSA. Hello?
That is so true. I know that in general, SeaTac, the last few times I've been through, they're not kind or nice or friendly at all.
They're not. They snatch your stuff. They're so rude.
Airports they are. But you know what I love? Here's my favorite thing, Lacey. Here's my favorite thing about traveling in an airport. Not all airports do the same thing.
No, isn't that interesting?
Especially internationally. Not all. And then they change the rules, right? So last time I went through an airport, it was some airports you have to take your electronics out. Some airports you don't. But it doesn't matter which one it is. You're stupid for not knowing which one it is. Those bark at you like you're an idiot. Like the last airport I was in, I needed to take my electronics out. Now they're barking at me because I left my electronics, I took my electronics out. And then they bark at me because I put my backpack in a bin.
The bin.
And other places you don't put your backpacks in the bin. But you're a stupid idiot if you don't know. And it will even be like the last time I was in this airport, I needed to put it in the bin. Now you're yelling at me like I'm an idiot because I'm putting it in the bin, and you're not doing that anymore. And then one airport was so ridiculous. It was, so you know how like some airports you got to take your shoes off. Other airports now you don't have to take your shoes off. Mm-hmm. Again, you're a fucking idiot if you don't know which one it is. Mm-hmm. And this one had signage up that you did not have to take off your shoes unless they were ankle height. Now, please tell me, please, someone enlighten me as to when someone with ankle boots was a threat. Like, now you're just making crazy games to make crazy games. Don't take your shoes off unless they cover your ankle. Then you got to take your shoes off. Like, what kind of crazy making is this?
Like I tell people all the time, like, to be for real, Zena, to be for real, I feel like I'm a prisoner in the airport, and I feel like I'm a prisoner in the grocery store.
Well, yeah, because you got to ask, walk up.
And I have to ask for everything like I'm a child.
It's like you need a personal shopper now.
Basically, I don't want to do anything. Like,
I've started to figure out what stores and what areas block their stuff.
Isn't that
and other ones don't. Well, I figured out there's in 2 different Fred Meyers by me. I'm right between both of them. One of them, I got to get a personal escort to use the bathroom. Okay. And then the other one, you don't even need a code. You can just walk in. I'm right dead between both. Which one do you think I'm going to choose? You know, I'm going to need to use the bathroom.
The one that you don't need the code.
I mean, and it just has to do with what neighborhood they're in, the trouble that they're having with things being stolen or whatever.
Fred Meyers is really interesting, though. They're doing some interesting things with their Kroger's.
Seriously.
Okay. It's really interesting. Not too sure about that.
And I don't like having to go to the Fred Meyer that doesn't have, like, I like it because I can use the bathroom at any moment. I don't need a personal escort, someone rolling their eyes because they got to let me into the bathroom. But I hate their layout and I don't know where anything is. Where the other one, I know I'm going to need to use the bathroom, but I also know I know where everything is. So it's like, can I get it done fast enough before my bladder starts?
Isn't that ridiculous? Who said it was a personal bladder race? Who said that?
Oh, I can't go into Ballard because no one will let you use the bathrooms in Ballard. And I can't get a full day of errands done.
And that's because of the homeless people, huh?
It is. It's so bad. And I've seen what they do to the bathrooms, so I do get it. But at the same time, like, people got to use the bathroom. We have bodily functions. So I got to do half my errands, go back home, go to the bathroom, go back out to do my errands. Which obviously isn't the worst problem in the world, but you're adding on, gas time and, because it takes me 15 minutes, depending on traffic, 15 minutes to half an hour to get home so I can use my own bathroom. And then I got to go back out. Like, it just adds on a lot of time. So then I got to, like, stagger my errand days. I just want to go into Ballard and be able to hit all the places that I hit. But if it takes more than an hour and a half to do it, and you're going to need to use the bathroom, you're screwed.
That's just stupid. They just treat us like children. I'm just tired of it.
Well, it's just, don't ruin the bathrooms. Don't go in there and fuck them up. Go do whatever other shit you need to do someplace else and fuck that up. Outside, I don't know. Just stop using the bathrooms and making the rest of us not have a place to go to the bathroom. And I'm not saying their situation isn't complicated and rough, but, be clean in the bathroom. Clean up after yourself.
I just don't understand what possesses you to not do these things in the bathroom. That's what I don't.
I don't understand exactly. I've come in and I've been like, oh my God, I do understand why, but
oh God, do I even really want to even go in the bathroom? That's the part. It's terrifying. Terrifying. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I know it's crazy.
Yes.
I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I have mental illness in my family. I think almost probably everybody does.
Yes,
for real.
We do too.
But I'm literally looking at it like, okay, I'm tired. I'm kind of tired. Like, it's like a lot. It's like I'm kind of tired, like you guys.
But this also because we don't have good mental health care here. We don't. And so a lot of it falls on families because
and they don't have enough support when you have to deal with that. Like, R.I.P. my uncle, but man, like, come on now. It's. I just don't understand. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand. I just don't get it. Or people are too old to be having to deal with that. Like, I have a client, she's 85 years old. Her niece literally she's bipolar schizophrenic. And when they're like that, but they're functioning, you can't keep them in the house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they want to go outside, they want to go outside. Like, her niece goes outside, buys whatever.
I know. I've got a friend that's the same situation.
Has a freaking episode. You know,
it's such a hard situation because there's not enough support for the families that are supporting them, and there's not enough support for the person that's experiencing it.
It isn't.
We have such a bad system. Okay, we should talk about something happy now.
What's the sound?
What are you as you evaluate your year? What are your wins and what do you want to do better?
Wins. I don't know about a win. I feel like it was a steady year. I will tell you.
Okay, well, that could be a win. That's a win. It could have been worse.
I'm happy I went to that boot camp. I will say that.
Well, and you lost a lot of weight.
I lost weight. I went to the boot camp. I at least did some things. I went to 3 places. And none of them was what I wanted to do. But at least I left. That's still a positive. Yeah. I know people that haven't left the whole year. You know? Very miserable. Very miserable. Okay. What else? I don't know. My credit's going up.
Well, that's good. See, we got some wins. So what do you want next year to be about?
Business being serious. Yeah.
Business being serious.
Yeah, you know, serious, like being serious.
Standing on business.
Standing on the business. So easy to not. Especially when you, like how you said, you have nobody to hold you accountable.
Right. Yeah, no one to hold you accountable. I kind of want to make it the year, like the year I blew up.
Next year?
Yeah, like the year that it all came together. There's the title of my year. The year it all came together.
That one.
Because I've been doing the work, maybe not as consistently always or the right way or whatever, but I've been consistently working.
She's been consistent. She don't see she.
And I'm good at my job. I'm good at the actual job that I do.
Yeah, because I'm in the program again. It's my second time.
Yeah, second time through. So she gets to see the videos.
And I actually go to the gym like before me being in the class. So I feel like that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Like I'm already...
You've got a head start.
Trying to be mentally motivated already ahead of time.
You got a little bit of a running start. Well, that's what I wanted to create the Habit Builder for too, is kind of a running start to the boot camp.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for people that are just starting out. Get your water in, get some movement in, then get your protein in. I think next week is fiber. Making sure everybody gets enough fiber. Because a lot of people think they're like, oh, I've got these cravings and I think about food all the time and I need to be on a GLP-1. But I have so many people that once they start and they do the water I tell them, they do the amount of protein I tell them, they do the amount of fiber I tell them, they don't get that.
It was the protein part for me.
Yeah.
And you know, like even when I did the whole like vegan thing, like I really knew like when I'm hungry, okay, like I started eating nuts and stuff, you know, like during that time frame, like unsalted, you know.
Yeah.
And so I was all like, it curbed my sweet tooth craving and all this stuff that I, you know, oh, I want a piece of bread right now, or I want some candy, or you know, something like that, or this soda sounds so good. Like all those things curved that for me. You know what I'm saying? So like it's been like little bits and pieces, like me taking your class before, me doing the whole like trying to be a vegan thing. That's kind of like, you know, helped me out a little bit in this process of going forward in this. So I feel like things have been easier the second time around. I mean, I fully know that I'm capable of doing it. It's just that you don't have to get up and do it.
Right. And I'm not, you know, I'm not a proponent of veganism, but if it helps you sort of clean up your diet, then that's not a bad thing. But the protein, I think a lot of people think they need these GLP-1s, and it's really just
what's a GLP-1?
Not everybody.
What is that? Break that down.
The GLP-1?
Yeah.
That's the Ozempic, Mounjaros.
Oh God.
And so I'm not saying that nobody should use it. But I'm saying the people
I know
who
a client,
aren't.
She's 67 years old. She ain't losing no weight, right? She's
Well, there's a lot of people that
of
actually don't work for that. Like, so number one, it doesn't work for everybody.
And she's a diabetic.
There's a lot of diabetics it doesn't work for, which is interesting because it's a diabetic medication. And I've had several diabetics I know that it didn't work for them. But I know people who aren't diabetics that think they need to go on it because of the cravings and all this. And they're losing a lot of muscle mass because they're eating even less protein than they were before they went on it. And had they upped their protein before they went on it, they might not have needed to go on it. Mm-hmm. And now there's kind of a double whammy because now their appetite is being reduced and they're eating even less protein than before. And I'm working with a client right now who needs to build back a lot of muscle that she lost from doing Ozempic, and didn't just lose fat, lost a lot of muscle. And that's what studies show. If you're not strength training and you're not eating adequate protein, half of that weight loss from Ozempic is going to be muscle. And I think sometimes people are so desperate to see that number go down that they don't care.
Because they're mentally brainwashed.
And they don't realize it's going to cost them later.
I've been in that whole category of being like, oh God, I'm so big. Like the number on the scale really mentally affects people.
Right.
It really does, especially if you've been at a different number before and you felt comfortable at that, you know?
You just want that number to go down so fast. You just
want that number to go down so fast. You don't care how you'll get there. I mean, I'm not going to say that I don't care how I'm gonna get there, because you know what I'm saying? Like when I did the whole vegan thing, I understood that it knew that I was,
losing some muscle in there.
Too much.
Yeah.
So I understand that. Like it's easy to understand that now. But it's just, and again, it's like the whole internet fads and what these people talk about on the internet that make you feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? I fell into that category before.
Yep.
I think that's how the whole vegan thing came.
Well, and that's what I think that's also why my voice it's a little hard, is I'm giving people what they don't want to hear, which is take it slower, make it permanent. And every client that I've had, you've seen the people that I've had do it, and you've been putting into practice the things that I've said, and people continue to have results and maintain the results. But getting the client to trust you on that instead of trusting the fast hack, the fast route. Like I said, I've got one client who lost that weight, and she lost so much muscle, and now we're having to kind of work on building that back, and that takes a lot of time.
Too much.
So don't lose it to begin with, and understand, like, before you go on a GLP-1, get your protein up, get your fiber up, get your water up. You might find, because I have so many clients that I put in a calorie deficit and they'll tell me this is too much food. They're eating less calories than they were before. It's just that the distribution of the calories is different. Mm-hmm. So they're eating more protein, fiber rich foods. Mm-hmm. And not that carbs are bad. It's just they're being put in, everything's being put in the correct proportions. And because their proteins come up so much, they feel like it's a lot of food volume wise. Yeah. Even though it's less calories. And then they lose weight and they aren't starving to death.
I just know that I don't want to be old and I don't want to get fat. That's all I know.
Well, I don't want to be frail and overweight. I don't want those two things, right? I don't want to have health consequences from body fat that I don't need, but I also need my muscles, right? Your longevity is really directly linked to how strong your legs are, they found, right?
Do you need a break?
Yes. Okay. Let's take a break. Potty break time. Now we're going through the tedious process of
picking something.
And I can't remember if I mailed something to you or not. What are these? These are the cat eyes?
Yeah. You want to look at it?
Let's see here. Ooh. Wow, what's that color called?
It actually has a name too on the bottom.
I have to get my glasses on.
I'll read it. It's called Roasted Tea.
Roasted Tea.
This one right here is called Crow.
Ooh, what's this?
This one's brown. It's called Crow.
Crow. And then
I think roasted Squirrel Stock is what this is called.
This is kind of like a pewter.
Yeah, it's kind of pewterish.
I do need to get my glasses on to even see anything in front of me right now. Okay. I think I like this one. This is pretty too, but I think for Thanksgiving, oh, that is really pretty. I think I like this. That's a nice one. Well, should we try that one?
You can try that one.
This is not like any color I've ever seen before, you guys. I don't know if it'll pick up.
It's not like any color she's ever done before either.
It's like this pewtery.
She's stepping out.
I'm stepping out. Because I've done this. I like those, but I've kind of done that. But I think I want to do, especially for Thanksgiving, I think this pewtery color. Roasted tea. What are you? That is such a good name for this color. Because sometimes colored names are so stupid. Squirrel stalk is weird. Like, I think that's a weird name. Like, glittery leaf or something. Like, fall leaf would have been glazed turkey. But squirrel stalk? Come on. Squirrel stalk. No.
She's funny, guys.
Crow. This is a pretty color too. It's pretty unique as well.
It's very different, huh?
Yeah. It's just a little much. I like this one better.
Show me.
And do you put a color under it, or does it go on as its own?
You can do either or.
I don't know what you think that color would look like under it, or just on its own. Let me just do it on its own.
We'll play around with it. We'll see.
Yeah. This is the artistic part of it that I enjoy. This is where I like to play around with stuff. Oh no. Huh?
Closer.
That's close.
Show me what it is.
No. I think it would work with that one too.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, I would go with one of these two. Look at this one.
This is when I let her do some stuff for herself. Look at her. She's so in tune, you guys.
This is different than the me that now see that one would be, it's got to be one of these. It's kind of in this vein, eh?
Mm-hmm. I think this one says Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Look at her, you guys. She picked out her own nail polish.
She's so proud of me. I used to show up and be like, I don't know.
First time ever. She ain't never did that before.
That's true. I mean, never done that before. I mean, I've picked out color, meaning like I've looked at a picture and I've shown it to Lacey, but Lacey's always gone through the stuff and like picked it out.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say she 100% does by herself because I'm the one that put them on the table. But...
True. You gave. Oh, we never even. What's this one?
Red.
Ooh. Oh my. God damn it.
This is how people never pick a color, you guys.
This is how a color never gets picked. But this is like, I think I'd like that for like around Christmas. So take a picture of that one as well, because it's going to be between this one and that other red one around holiday time. Or I'll do one week and one the other week.
Now she's living on the wild side, guys.
Wild side. We're going to have to do some other glitter glam for the nails at the holidays, like a couple like, diamonds or something.
Because diamonds are forever.
Some gemstones. Yeah, the power of suggestion when you leave colors on the table. Such a cute little bottle too.
Isn't it cute? I took a picture of the other red one for you.
Okay, take a picture of that one too.
Okay.
I was like going to take a picture, but I realized my phone was recording.
I don't know what it says.
I think we'll recognize the bottle.
Well, hope so. So what are you wearing Thanksgiving?
What am I wearing for Thanksgiving? I got this dress off the TikTok shop. I need to find a pair of tights.
Look at you.
I'm not sure it's going to work. It's like, might be a little too big on the bottom. My stuff is, a lot of stuff on TikTok shop's too big. Doesn't come in extra small.
Or they lie about it?
Yeah. What I like about doing nails here is that you don't, when you go into a lot of salons and the first thing they want you to do is pick a color. Like the very first thing is they throw you the thing and say pick a color. And like I'm usually here and I have an idea, but I have time to sit around the colors and have a moment to figure that out.
Fill them out?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Well, why do I have to decide it the very first thing? You know how many stages there are before we get to color? Like, why does that have to happen first? I might be in a completely different mood by the time we get to the painting part.
Always.
And we have a collaborative effort. Because there are things Lacey will tell me no. You are not doing that glitter for the 10th week in a row.
She hasn't done that in a long time, though.
I haven't.
Congratulations.
Also, if I ever asked on repeat to have a French manicure done, I think she would cancel me as a client.
You get like 2 French nails, yo. Come on.
Right? That's it. But we have always done fancy French nails.
Like the last set.
Yeah. They were really pretty. They weren't your normal French. Not to judge anybody that gets that done on a regular basis, but
don't get us wrong.
Your nail tech is probably sick of doing them.
French is cool, gets you to practice, so on and so forth. Don't get me wrong. It's a wonderful classic thing. I fully understand. But every time?
Every time, no.
I have a client who gets French a lot. Her last one was for her birthday. She got a solid color with some charms. Very shocking.
She went outside of her box.
Totally. I persuaded her, though. You know that.
Yep.
It was also a positive that she was intoxicated from the night before.
Oh, wow. Nice. That's probably why.
Yeah.
She was just living the dream.
Living on the dream, on the edge.
All filters off. So this would be for people that want to be the Grinch for Christmas.
I know it's like a Shrek color, right? Doesn't it remind you of Shrek?
It is a Shrek color. It's like a Shrek Grinchy baby puke, baby diarrhea color.
Just baby altogether.
Just don't ever. I don't want to see someone with this on their nails.
You're so funny. A lot of people get it. It's very interesting.
Really? Well, I mean, I guess maybe on different, it would not look good on my skin tone.
No, it would have canceled you out.
It would not. It just, I can see where maybe on certain skin tones could be.
Olive people wear it.
Yeah, I can see olive skin tones carrying that off. It's too much olive. This is just a bad color.
Chartreuse. Not the name of it, but that's an actual name of the color.
Yes. It's too close to that avocado green that people had their ovens and appliances in. It's
I know.
close.
My mom used to have that. Used to be her bathroom. It was the bathroom. Sink, toilet, and tub.
Ours
was
too.
Trio, man.
We had the same thing. And our oven was that color, and our bathroom was that color. It was like the darker version of this. Oh,
the kitchen was blue.
Ours was no, get this. Mm-hmm. So you know the orange that's on your walls?
Yeah.
We had orange and white countertops.
Oh God.
The avocado green oven.
No.
And brick red linoleum.
No. That is terrifying. That's too much.
It was terrifying. It was terrible. It was.
And her kitchen's open. Like, I couldn't imagine that.
No, this is my mother's kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Growing up in the 70s. Growing up.
God.
It was my mother's kitchen. Well, our kitchen growing up. But it was terrible. It was terrible, I tell you.
Ask people, can I come over to your house? No.
We had a red shag rug.
No, even more. This is getting bad. Just stop altogether.
It was awful. I don't know how I ended up being so classy after that.
You're so funny. Me, I'm a neutral person.
My mom is now. Everything in the house is neutrals. I'm neutral too. I find it less
invasive.
Well, yeah, or it's not as overstimulating. Whew. But you have to get me out of my neutral ruts with the nails too. Sometimes you do. We did a lot more color the last two. So
thank you,
we did
Lord.
blue, we did purple. Now we're back to the neutral tone.
I mean, yes, but no, it's like a different metallic. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I love the metallics. You know that. I love a good glitter. I love a good metallic, chrome, cat eye. I'm not as big a fan of the mattes.
I know.
Although I do think like this matte would be really pretty.
It would be.
I'm gonna remember that.
You always say that.
I am, but now it's on video,
and
Lacey.
Then you ask me later.
Now it's on video.
Show the camera.
Know. Episode 3, I said we should do. What's the color? Number 21. This very neutral color would look very good as a matte. It's the RY Soak Off Gel. 021. It is now on video.
All right, you guys get to hold her accountable for that.
Well, okay, but now at least now we can reveal the truth. The real reason we're recording this is so I can remember my colors week to week. That would make a really pretty matte. What would you do as an accent with that? I have to think about that. Maybe like a little gold line on like an accent nail or something.
Well, it depends on the season.
Yeah. January's not a bad time to. Well, but then that's also when I do my white glitters. Winter Wonderland. February. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Probably should have already done it, but. Should be a springtime thing.
Yeah, because it's still depressing here. But spring is when you leave, so that wouldn't even make sense.
Spring is when I leave?
Yeah, when you be like wanting off to get out of the winter.
That's true.
To like Mexico or Hawaii or something.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see if this next year brings. It might be a complete move out of the country. Because
the democracy.
The lack of it. I might be covered in paint from painting my house, getting it ready to sell.
Oh, God. It's another neutral.
Yes, I know. I just want to look at it.
That's what I put on your ring finger. That was the base color.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So where do you want to be business-wise next year?
What do I want to do?
Yeah.
Well, I would like my boot camps to be full because it's such an excellent boot camp. I'm basically going to work on selling the habit builder, the boot camp, the one-on-ones, and the meal prep magic guide. Like those are my like standard 4 things.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to be working on maybe looking at some collaborations with brands, maybe some UGC material. Also, looking at doing the Amazon influencer. I'm on TikTok shop. I haven't been doing great. I've got to get some videos for TikTok shop done before they kick me out of that program.
Did you get your treadmill?
I did. I have a story about the treadmill.
Oh, God.
So I got the first treadmill and it came and I got all excited and I was recording myself unboxing it and it arrived broken. And I was so disappointed because you could see it was really good quality. You could see that it was really easy to put together, virtually no setup. And I went to turn it on and you could hear the motor going, but the belt wasn't moving. And then I noticed that there was a crack in the housing and it was busted. It had gotten beat up in transport or something. So I contacted the company and I lost 4 hours of my freaking life through TikTok shop and talking to these people, finally getting someone to understand that it had been broken on delivery, right? And so they said that they would replace it for free. And they sent one out within 24 hours. So that was great. And then they said, don't worry about sending back the broken one. And then I was, well, like, great. What am I supposed to do with a broken treadmill? Like, it's big. It's going to cost me $35 to take it to the dump. If it's truly busted, what am I going to do with this thing? And then I noticed that there was a small appliance repair, a free workshop, not workshop, but at a hardware store. There's a group that comes once a month and they'll repair people's small appliances once a month. And I thought, well, maybe they could repair this, but I didn't want to bring it up there because it's heavy. So, well, not super heavy. You can move it around your room quite easily, but to get it down the stairs and out to my car would have been a 2-person job. So I go and I just simply asked them if they could repair it, if there was a possibility. And I had a video of it running. You could hear it running and you could see that the belt wasn't moving. And the guy's like, I do think it could be repaired. And he was willing to actually come to my house and do it after the event they were having because he knew I didn't want to bring it down there. So I got his name and his number, but something came over me when I got home and I thought, I'm going to try to repair this myself. So I took off the housing and I found something that was hanging it up was a zip tie that I think was probably the zip tie around whatever packaging for the parts they were putting in. And somehow it hadn't gotten thrown away and so that was, I think, hanging up the rotor. And then I took that out and with the lid off, I got it running again and it was working perfectly fine. And then I put the housing back on and it wasn't running properly again. Well, then I figured out that where the plastic was broken, it was coming down just enough that it was hanging up that rotor. So I popped the housing off, popped that crack up, put it back together, and now it works perfectly. So now I have 2. So you could come walk with me and watch a movie in the living room.
Look at you.
And it's really good quality.
That's
really good quality.
So did you make the video?
I have not made the video yet. I'm going to go home and do it today. I want to do Walk It Off Wednesdays where I go live on TikTok and just like anyone who's got a treadmill, we all kind of walk together during that time. So, yeah. And now I have, because I have people that I do walk with. And the rains come to Seattle, now I have the ability for a couple people to walk. I have 3 people can walk together at the same time at my house, which I really, really like. So I'm very happy about that.
That's what's up.
Because sometimes the weather is just like, I wouldn't have wanted to be walking yesterday during the bomb cyclone. But I still got my mileage done at home. And I thought, well, that'll be easy to just go live while you see me go walking live inside the group. It's just really a nice way to go have something to do while I'm walking. And I process my thoughts while I'm walking. So I have a feeling 2025, I'll be walking a lot. That's why it gave me the idea of Walk It Off Wednesdays. And you just need to like process the world.
I don't even know if I can process anymore.
You just go walking, just walk it off. And the nice thing about this fall was there were some really pretty days. So right after the elections, I had some really pretty walks, and it was just, I wanted to put all the political stuff out of my mind and just remember that there's beauty around me.
There is.
And I thought, well, that might be nice for all of us that are trapped inside and we want to walk and get our movement in. Tune in at the same time. And it's not that expensive to get one. Like I think the price went up a little bit. But the price usually ranges anywhere between $115 to $190 for that walking
pad. Yeah, you should hurry up and do the video because now it's Black Friday.
Oh, yeah.
And if you get some stuff, you might be able to get some sales.
Yep. You should look at my channel if you're looking to buy one to walk inside. The thing I like about this one, because I do have a regular big old treadmill, but this one I can like roll it under my bed. I can stash it away in a room.
Yeah, like the couch and stuff. That was like the advertisement that I always saw.
Mm-hmm. It's not heavy in terms of rolling it from one spot to another at all.
Oh, that's good. It's been a long time since I've seen you like this.
This is long, isn't it?
Yeah, a long time. It's been a long time.
It's been a long, long time. Well, because I changed shape, remember? That was a mistake that she let me make. She knew it was a mistake when we were doing it, but she was like, I'm gonna let her try.
Sometimes you gotta let people try.
I tried, what was that, almond shape?
Almonds.
It was terrible.
It looks so feminine on her.
It just did not.
It gave her demure.
It gave me, and then I thought I was getting used to it, and then I was like,
it gave her demure.
It was too demure.
But your husband didn't like it, right?
He did not like it.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, he did not like it. And it was demure.
A lot of guys don't like pointy nails, you know that?
It wasn't even that pointy, though.
I know, but they don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
But it was more, honestly, I would have to say it was more comfortable.
Animal.
There was something about it that just didn't fit. And it was more comfortable, I have to say, like my hand, I found it very comfortable to have.
You typed easier?
I typed easier, but then when I would just look at them, I'd just be like, it is not my vibe. It is not my vibe. It is not my vibe.
So funny.
I could not get used to it. And after 3 weeks, I was like, get these off of me.
She's like, when is my next appointment?
When is my next appointment? We're going back.
That's all she said. When is my next appointment?
What is it about the energy of these that is different?
It gives you bad bitch energy.
Bad bitch energy. And we all know
it's
I'm a
almost
bad bitch.
Almond, but we cut off the points, to be for real.
Yeah.
So. And the edges are sharp.
Mm-hmm. So these are
sharp
coffin?
enough to cut you.
Yes, right.
Yeah, they're coffin.
They're coffin, but they are sharp. And I think these are narrower than the last time I had coffin, though. I like these.
Yeah,
I like
it. What it is.
It's the perfect blend. And I'm not demure.
Yes, she is. To a certain extent.
Sometimes.
More than you know.
I'm too sassy. Too sassy for the almonds.
Hmm.
I have come up, my brain that likes to create recipes in the middle of the night also likes to create little sketches, meaning like little comedy little sketches. So I've come up with one that I'm going to put out. It's going to be called Betty Crocker's Got Back. It's the cookbook for the women that are having to re-experience the 1950s.
This lady.
So that you can look good underneath your apron and your eventual to come Handmaid's Tale uniform.
What am I going to do with her?
and it's going to be this is where I've put a protein spin on traditional recipes so that you can wave goodbye to extra unnecessary calories at the same time that you wave goodbye to your reproductive rights.
So many people I know are not. They're not. I'm looking like they thought millennials wasn't having kids before. Okay.
Well, that's why that's why they're trying to do what they're doing. Mm-hmm. They want to make us have babies because now they realize that we really do have the power. So now they're trying to like make us do it. If I was of childbearing age, no way that you could pay me to have a baby under these conditions. Like maybe figure out also how not to, kill everybody in a war before we bring any more kids into this.
Just kill people, period. Even here in America. You have a child now, you don't even know if it goes to school, if it's going to live or die. There's no guarantee.
Yeah, when you actually understand how to care for and give quality of life, and you care about life for real, then we'll talk about having the babies.
That's pro-life. Understanding how to keep them alive.
Right.
That's pro-life, not abortion or so on and so forth. That's not
how to provide food, shelter, housing for the ones we got now currently.
Mental
health, yes.
Just proper health care, period. Come on now. Like, yeah, okay, you guys might have like free healthcare or whatever, but the line to even get into the office is how long? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even see a provider even if you really want to. It's so far out. It's like next year already. Don't let you need to see a specialist. It's even longer.
Yep.
Crazy.
Well, and I just figure if the world's going to become unhinged, I'm just going to become unhinged in my own way. Not in a violent way, but just like, you know what? I'm not following any patriarchal rules at this point. It's going to be... No, I'm not going to follow any social norms of how a woman my age is supposed to behave.
I don't know what that is because half the men want to be a woman, so I don't know. It's really interesting. I was listening to something on the internet. This woman, she gives like dating advice or something. I was listening to it, and the man was all like, "We're the prize now."
We're the prize now?
The man said that the men are the prize because there's less of them than there is of women. And I was just looking at him in my mind, and I was like, "What?" But over half of y'all want to turn into a woman. Okay.
I don't know. I don't pretend to understand. I mean, for someone, I have a child who is in the LGBTQ range and non-binary, and I don't understand everything in that world, but
I can't. There's so much for me to know.
It's just,
and I feel like something's always changing.
Some things are always changing.
And I always feel like I'm never going to understand everything because it's changing too quickly.
Right.
That's just how I feel.
But this whole like, who's the prize? How about,
wasn't that weird?
We're both the prize. How about we treat each other equally and respectfully?
Like, wasn't that weird though?
That is a weird statement to make. I don't like this whole thing too. You saw that ass hat. What's his name? Nick Fuentes. And the whole, like, your body, my choice. We're going to dictate what you wear. We're going to dictate how you wear your hair. We're going to. And this boy spouting off has not even had a relationship with a woman yet. Has not had supposedly a romantic sexual relationship with a woman.
So how are you saying anything?
How are you saying anything for one? Your mother has just got to be mortified.
Your mom doesn't even want to come outside.
And then he says, well, I'm an incel, right? And even when he gets married, he'll be an incel. He said, I haven't chosen to have that kind of relationship yet. And even when I do, I'll still be an incel. And I am just sitting here thinking, but incel means involuntarily celibate. So what you've just said is, I'm not ready for that kind of relationship, which means you're voluntarily celibate. And when you get married,
I feel sorry for her.
I'm just like, you're not an incel. Why? And so why are you identifying yourself as such? And why would you want to be one? You're just a misogynist. That's all you are. That's the word, sir.
Mm.
You're not an incel. But,
and this is what we have to deal with. Isn't it wonderful? I love it so much. So happy. It's great. Feel sorry for that person. The person they date, the person they are.
Oh, the light went out, which means we need to switch. We need to swap.
Shit. Okay.
Do we not like it?
No, we like it. I just hold on one second. Let me make sure I cure your thumb. Holy thumb, thank you.
And we'll swap the light here in a minute.
Okay.
Also seems to be like,
yeah,
there's a whole nother layer of it that gets very complicated. And then you start talking about women's rights too. And like, what's a real woman? Who's a real woman? And I'm just like, I can't, it's too much for me. I don't know that I can understand it enough to even form an opinion.
I can't. I just be like, okay, I don't know. I'm sorry. I just feel bad for them sometimes.
I just think everybody should have their rights to do and be who and what they want in this world.
And what.
But don't intrude on what anybody else wants to be in this world. Right? Why does it matter?
That's what it seemed like.
And that's why I'm like the same with the intersex marriage, or not intersex, same-sex marriage and interracial marriage. Like, why do you care who marries who? Like, it really has no bearing on you. I don't understand that. That to me is just like, that's just blatant racism and white supremacy right there.
Mm-hmm. I just let you know that that's how they are.
It's just misogyny, racism, homophobia. Like, it's really none of your business. I don't understand how it's anybody's business.
Because they always want to have control over everybody's life. That's all. They're just controlling weird freaks.
Because what they want are just little white babies. I mean, isn't that what it seems like?
Yeah. I heard there was a whole lot of others that also voted for that person. That was interesting. I don't understand why.
It's a phenomenon I can't quite get. It, like, the whole, it is, I don't much care, like, you like this side, I like that side, whatever, but with this particular guy, it's such a psychological mind, like, it's such a cult following, and it's like watching people just be completely, not everyone, but like fair amount of people that are just brainwashed. It's like a psychological, like a mass hysteria.
It's interesting, huh?
It is fascinating and terrifying.
Good wording. It's real good wording right there. Because it is terrifying to the center.
And when you first learned about the Holocaust, and you think, how could people have ever done that? How could it have ever gotten to that point? And now we're watching in real time, like, oh, so that's how it happened.
Basically. I thought him as being the person in the whole no abortion thing, I thought that was so interesting, because I'm literally looking at him like, sir, I'm pretty sure there's been a moment in time where you paid for more than one abortion in your lifetime in your New York City, where you did something that you shouldn't have been doing, or you shouldn't have been having your ass down in the first place. So that's like the most interesting part about the whole situation. That's the whole part that's interesting. Like, really?
Well, that's the whole thing that I find so fascinating too, about like the whole Christian evangelicals that are behind him, when he's clearly done a lot of things against what they have considered to be their moral code, apparently.
Yeah, so
but then I start, Lacey, I start to think real crazy, because I don't want to understand this whole thing with, like, right before he leaves office, Biden's allowing these. Again, it goes above my head and my pay grade to understand the intricacies of why our president has decided to now let Ukraine use these long-range missiles. And I understand it's very complicated, but it seems very interesting that he's choosing to do it right before he leaves office. And I start to just think, all of us are being bamboozled by these people on every level. Like, how are we supposed to understand what's true anymore, or what the motives are?
Can't believe them. Can't believe it.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's just I feel like I live in a world where it's all a show on some level. And so how are you supposed to decipher?
You can't.
It's very hard. And so I see where it's really easy for people to fall into, like, wanting to believe in something.
This is so pretty on you.
Isn't it very pretty? I can't wait to see it.
You were doing magic over here. She just doesn't know it yet.
Well, I've noticed that you're taking the magnet only halfway up.
I'm going to do something else too.
Ooh, I'm so excited. She's performing. This is where I just let the artist do her art.
I'll tell you one thing though. I don't know. I don't really know what I really thought about politics when I was growing up, for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I always thought it was going to be a factor. Okay, yeah, but I never thought it was.
I never thought about it getting here.
So serious, like how we are right now. Like, it's so crazy. Like,
I remember growing up in the Cold War, right? So I grew up in the Cold War, where we were doing regular bomb drills. Nuclear war was sort of something that was just on your mind. And I've never felt as close to that again as now with the stuff going on with Russia. Like, I for sure am like, holy shit, I thought I didn't have to worry about this anymore, really. And we've always worried about it a little bit, but like, I've never felt as close as we are today to this. I should be doing something over here.
Put the hand in. I do nails for that reaction. That's why I do nails.
Oh, there are just some days she does stuff and I just can't stop looking at my own hands.
And my only request is, Please don't do that while you're driving.
Well, that's what happened in one of my accidents. I told the officer, I'm sorry, I was just derailed by the glitter of my own finger. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
No, I've never been so enamored by my nails I couldn't drive.
People are crazy out here. Put that hand in. You never know what these women don't gonna do. I don't know. After the election, I had some people call me or text me or contact me or whatever. And they're like, "Are you doing okay?" And I'm literally looking at them like, some of them like, "Are you okay? Aren't you a woman? Like, doesn't that, are you
okay?
Are you okay? Like, what do you mean?
Can we just assume if you're a woman, you're not okay?
All the way out of the state, you weirdos. Like, get your life together. Like, what do you want from me right now? It was just so freaking crazy. I was just like, oh my God. Is this the stupidity I'm going to have to deal with when I come back home? That's all I kept thinking about. Like, God, I know I'm on the other side of the country, but do I even really want to go home and even have to deal with this conversation over and over again?
Right. We're not talking about politics at our Thanksgiving.
Thank God.
That has been the ground rule for that has been said. But it does impair. I basically told my sister, I was like, well, we should really enjoy ourselves this holiday season because I cannot guarantee I'm going to be in this country come next year at this time.
Did she freak out?
She didn't freak out. They all know I've been talking. It's no secret.
You've been saying this for a long time, even since I've known you.
I don't think I can listen to him talk. For one, I just don't think I can listen to the man prattle on. Just like, get me out of the craziness.
Yeah. Something different.
Yep.
They're really gonna think you're witchy now with these nails.
That is the thing too, is however dangerous it gets here, I will be perceived as that witch.
Isn't that interesting?
No, I'm like, how close are we going to get back to that burning witches thing? Because I'm going to need to get out of here.
I know a few people that's finna sign me up. If we get to that part. I know a few people that's going to be like, their address is.
Right? Exactly. She drinks moon water.
Oh, on the moon water. My mom says she can taste the difference between it and the regular water.
Really?
Yeah, Marvin did too.
The moon water that we've made?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Any moon water. Like, I've done some before and they'd be like, what is the difference? And I'm just literally looking at them like, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't tasted nothing different, but maybe your guys' taste buds are very different than mine. I have no idea. And Marvin literally said, you know what he said? He said he feels like every time he drinks them, he said he feels like he detoxes. Like, that's what he feels like.
There is something to that moon water. I'm telling you, there is. And I wouldn't have even believed it, but my mood started really improving. I didn't do it for that reason either. I was just dumping a little bit into my water bottles here and there just because maybe if there's any benefit. And I was like, isn't it weird that I've been feeling in a better mood lately? And then I realized I'd been putting that moon water in my stuff.
I had to ask Marvin if I would have been nicer. He's like, actually, yeah, you have been.
That's really funny.
And I'm like, for real? It's like, yeah, actually, you've been nicer. I was like,
I'm just going to be drinking so much moon water. We need to be making it by the gallon to get through the next 4 years. If it's the next 4 years.
Oh, God, I don't even know. It's terrifying to me.
And we basically just put out on public display that we're witches. Not really. Mind. We're not part of an actual real coven.
I mean, we have crystals and rocks and stuff, and we do rituals. So
we have crystals, rocks. We do rituals.
I mean, if you want to put me in that category, I guess. Fine.
We do manifest.
I'm pretty sure I've been in worse categories, so hey, it is what it is. I mean, I feel like I've been a witch ever since I started doing those anyway.
I mean, I work with the dark goddesses, and those look pretty scary sometimes. They're not bad or evil.
So these are like subtle, neutral glam nails, just to be for real. Like, it's going to be calm until they get in your face, and then you be like, hey.
We're a little extra. Mm-hmm. You thought we were just normal neutral nails? No, we're not.
I love it when people do that. That's when people do that.
This thing? I gotta take a peek.
I gotta look at it.
I gotta look at it.
Kind of crazy.
I don't know if they can get the full effect.
I don't know. Video. But they be moving in multiple ways.
They kind of remind me of a tiger's eye stone.
That's my point.
I think the squirrel stalk would even more look like a tiger's eye. Mm-hmm. Maybe we gotta try that one.
Next season, crystal nails all the time.
Yes. We gotta go through a crystal phase, don't we? Mm-hmm.
I have a client, she gets amethyst nails every birthday. Her birthday's in January. She's an Aquarius.
Oh. I think we do, if I do 2 sessions of red, we do one with like ruby, just like a subtle ruby with the red. It's red on red. But then for like the holidays, we got to do like the diamonds with the red. Get that red white going.
Because diamonds are
a girl's best friend. We could do the crystal series like sapphire, garnet. What's the amethyst? Moonstone.
I like those ones. I have a lot of that.
Ooh, we could even do a black tourmaline. Mm-hmm. Obsidian.
She's into it now, guys. See?
Yeah, we can look up the meaning.
That's crazy.
Yep. So got a plan. So I've done more lives inside of the.
I get the notifications.
Yeah. So check them out. And yeah, how do you like the videos so far? Not necessarily the lives, but the videos.
The videos are good.
Good.
First one was hilarious.
Which one was that?
The first one, your introduction.
Oh, like welcome to the challenge?
Yeah. Oh. You had said something in there and you were just being free. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you were just being regular. And I was like, look at her being regular.
Oh, yeah. I just want to be regular. You just get authenticity, baby.
Is this from TikTok?
It is from TikTok. I got to do a little video of this.
Oh, okay.
It's a nice one, isn't it?
Is it pants on bottom or?
No, it's just the top.
Okay.
I do have a full set from them. But this, I'll show you I like how it's cut for the waistline and gives you kind of an hourglass look.
Is it like a snatcher?
Well, and they call it a BBL top.
You and this word.
And well, I know, right? And people are like, I don't know why they call it a BBL. I don't know why they call this the BBL jacket. And I'm like, well, that's because you don't have the booty to make the jacket do what it means when it says that. And I put on the jacket and I'm like, I get it. I get it. I get why it's called that now. But if you don't have the booty, you kind of just don't understand.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I was with Savannah the other night and I had helped her move in August. And she had not told me this for the whole time. She's like, oh, yeah, by the way, that real estate agent that was helping me that day, yeah, he came up to me and asked if your butt was real. Like,
isn't that weird?
So weird. 3 times this summer.
People always want to know.
And now it's making me self-conscious.
With this hand, don't be self-conscious. They're just a hater.
Well, I'm just like, I don't know if it's a compliment or an insult anymore. And it's bringing back the old triggers of me being made fun of in the 80s for having a bubble butt.
Don't worry about it because they buy one. So.
Well, and I think she's like, it's always a compliment when they ask. It's always a compliment. I was like, okay. But it is making me self-conscious that people would think that it's fake. But
because people don't know nowadays. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many people that's buying bodies.
And she's like, you're genetically just, your butt sits really high. And I think that's why people are like, can that be real? And it's like, yep. She's like, it's just so lifted.
And you just work it out the correct way.
And I work it out the correct way. And that's where my body fat goes to in a nice distribution.
You can't help that.
Can't help that.
That's genetics.
It's genetics and work. It's the combination. Because I know a lot of people work really hard at it, and it's just going to take them a lot of time, and it's not where their body naturally puts fat. Like they might get, like I don't tend to get a lot of fat around my middle, right? Where other people do. They got more flat asses and more wide waistlines.
Wait till the light turns off, okay?
So it is real. I'm just going to start wearing a shirt that says, yes, it's real.
No, you really should. So from the back.
Yeah.
And it says that on the back.
Yeah. Yes, it's real. Caught you peeking. If you want one too, QR code.
Good advertisement. There you go. See? Now you have it on videotape that you can do with that.
Now I'm going to be held accountable.
There you go. Be like, where's Thank you. Instead of just me all the time.
Those be some pretty and I like the length with that. I think they turn out better. Like if they were shorter. So we did a good job with the length.
I see so. Yeah. Why? Oh, you'll talk to me about it here when you get here. All right, bye.
But you know what I did a terrible job of, Lacey?
Drinking water. How did I know what you were going to say?
See, it doesn't matter how much I try and have it with me. This is my hardest target.
3 little things over there and all sorts of extra stuff.
I brought 3 because I was definitely going to drink through one of them. Instead, what have I been doing? Sipping on my coffee. I should have a rule for every sip of coffee. I got to.
That's a lot of liquids. Wow. Okay, because that was a lot of sipping.
Now I got to catch up.
Stop that. You're fine. Give me the other hand. Aren't they fun, guys? Something different. What does that mean?
And as someone that has always talked with my hands, I'm a lot less self-conscious about it with nails because now people are going to look at my hands. At least they look nice.
Stop that.
Right?
Yes, but stop that. Calm down. It's fine. It goes with your shirt, kind of. Did you plan that on purpose?
My nails with my shirt?
Hey, I don't know. Sometimes
I did not.
You go off of the things you wear. I've noticed that.
Sometimes, well, maybe it's that. Sometimes maybe it's a subconscious thing, like the color I picked out that day.
Yeah, remember you had the blue ones? You had blue ones.
But I also have purple on, so.
It's a neutral purple.
Oh, so pretty.
Something neutral, something different. It moves. It's still cat eye.
Still cat eye.
It gives you a little bit of flair and there. It has a line on it. It moves 2 different directions. Kind of looks like eyes, you know?
Yes.
It's giving.
It's giving. I love it.
Thanksgiving.
It's giving on Thanksgiving. This is our Thanksgiving episode.
Basically.
Yeah. No, I love it. Okay. Now I'm kind of excited about that squirrel stock now. I can see the potential for it. I'm going to bring that. I could bring my tiger stone with me.
Yeah, bring it with you.
Yeah. Okay, now it's on video.